Hello and welcome to Moneycontrol. My name is Shraddha Sharma and this is Reporter's Take. Indian pharmaceutical industry might be looking at a possible supply chain disruption and shortage of essential drugs if the factories in China do not start functioning. We have Moneycontrol's Viswanath joining us to give us all the latest updates. Hi Viswanath, welcome to the show. So how serious is this problem of disruption that we are talking about?
Well, Shraddha, China is called as the factory of the world, and it's no different for pharmaceutical industry as well. So the pharmaceutical industry's supply chain is dependent on Chinese imports. If you look at, India imported about $4.5 billion worth of active pharmaceutical ingredients and drug intermediates from China. So, this constitutes about 2/3 of our need for raw materials. Now we are staring at a possibility of shortage if Chinese don't Chinese factories don't resume production by today. For most of the provinces in China, yesterday or February 9th was the last date when the ban on the production is coming to an end.
Right.
So today they are expected to begin production. If you look at it, the Chinese hubs of pharmaceutical manufacturing, Shanghai and even the Hubei province, which has this Wuhan city, which is the epicenter,
Right.
this was also one of the major production hub of pharmaceuticals. So if the factories don't resume from today onwards, there will be a serious problem.
But the fears have also not subsided in terms of the number of people infected have crossed 40,000. How do you see this disruption impacting India?
So if you look at it, India has imported $4.5 billion worth of active pharmaceutical ingredients and drug intermediates, and it has exported $19 billion worth of finished pharmaceuticals. So the thing is that Chinese imports are so critical for our exports as well. So if there is a shortage of raw materials and if things don't normalize in a quick, if they don't turn around in a quick time, right. So there could be a serious problem in terms of Indian pharmaceutical industry also. Because there will be a spike in terms of raw materials, and also without raw materials, there will be no finished pharmaceuticals.
Then what is the Indian government actually doing to address that these essential medicines are not disrupted?
So, thankfully this came this outbreak has come at a time of the Chinese Lunar New Year holiday. So this is when Indian companies typically they maintain inventories of 2 to 3 months. So Indian companies are now relying on these inventories so far. So, but if the production don't resume in next a week or 2 weeks, so there will be, those inventories will be
start running out.
Yeah, running out, and there will be a serious problem. So Indian government is aware of this problem the Indian government has under Department of Pharmaceuticals, which is under the Ministry of Fertilizers, Chemicals and Fertilizers. So they formed a committee, and this committee is examining what are the drugs, what are the essential drugs that could possibly lead to shortages, and it is taking steps. One of the important steps is to consider whether to ban exports of these drugs or not. So if you look at it, all the essential drugs like the antibiotics, vitamins, and also the hypertension drugs, these are all, all these active pharmaceutical ingredients are imported from China. So there is a serious, concern within Indian government as well.
But hope the situation do not worsen and the ban is lifted. Thank you, Viswanath, for joining us. With that, it's a wrap on today's edition of Reporter's Take. For more news, views and updates, stay logged on to moneycontrol.com. Thanks for watching.